name is Nikki, aka the Dragon Queen, and today I'm here with the Emojiathon TBR. Now, Emojiathon is going to be hosted from the 1st through the 28th of February, and the goal is to read 4 books out of the 18 options that they provide to you. I'm going to place a picture of each emoji somewhere when I go through them, and my goal is to try to read as many as possible. Can I hit 18? Doubtful, but we'll see. So the first category is this one. A book focusing on a marginalized group. For that, I'm going to go with Aristotle and Dante, Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Ellery Sinez. I don't know much about this, but I do know that it's on my Pop Sugar challenge, so I wanted to give it a shot. And when I found out that this matched this category, because I asked on Twitter, I was kind of excited because I was glad it fit. The next one is The Present. Read a book that was gifted to you. My friend S.L. Perrine, or Shannon, gave me Sarah's Key by Tatiana de Rosnay. I don't know much about this book. I believe it's a romance, which isn't usually my cup of tea, but I'm going to give it a shot because if she likes it, then I'm sure I have the high chance of liking it. Next one is The Heart. Read a romance contemporary. Now, I don't know if this is considered a contemporary, but romance, Early One Morning by Aubrey Lane. This is a indie published book by one of my friends on Facebook, so I'm super excited to read this after buying it God knows how long ago. Don't tell her, even though I'm going to post this on Facebook and she's going to see it anyway. The Smiley with the Hard Eyes. Read a book that you bought for the cover, and that's going to be Zodiac by Romania Russell. This book sounded, I picked it up because of the cover. I technically bought it because of the blurb. It says that the book is about, like, each planet, I believe, has a different sign. So, like, there's a planet of only Capricorns or a planet of only Sagittarius. And I thought it was humorous because I'm trying to imagine a planet of only Capricorns, which is what I am. And it's hilarious because we would just be so fucking stubborn the entire time and nothing, like, everything would get done, but we just would go back behind each other and fix it. So I'm curious to see how she does it. Smiley Blushing Face. Read a book that makes you happy just thinking about it. I'm going to go with Secondhand Souls by Christopher Moore. This is book 2 in the A Dirty Job series, and I was laughing so hard when I read A Dirty Job, so I'm pretty sure it's going to make me laugh just as hard when I read Secondhand Souls. Scream Face. I don't know what these emojis are called, this is what I'm just going with, but I'm going to go with In the Woods by Tana French. I picked this up when it was buy 2 get 1 free and I needed a 3rd book, and this one sounded intriguing. It focuses on a person who loses their sibling, I believe, when they're younger in the woods, and now they're a detective and it's years later and it's happening again. So it sounded enthralling, it sounded like a thriller, and I wanted to give it a shot since it was on my TBR for the Pop Sugar challenge. If I don't read this, I might pick up a Dean Koontz or Stephen King book, but I'm gonna go with this one for now. Next up is The Robot. Read a futuristic sci-fi book. For this, I'm going to go with Genius, the Game by Leopold Gout. This book is a diverse book, evidently. I did not know that when I bought it. I bought it because it's shiny. And this book focuses on a bunch of teenage geniuses who are put together in a game, and it sounded intriguing. Plus, the inside's really pretty. There's, like, random pictures and stuff like that. So I've been wanting to buy this, or read this, I mean, for a little bit now, and then I can lend it to my friend if I like it, because she wanted to read it too, mostly because shiny. Next up is the book stack of Freebie. Now this one may change, but for now I'm going to be reading Waistcoats and Weaponry by Gail Carriger. This is book 3 in the Finishing School series. If I don't read this, I will be reading Unhinged by A.G. Howard, which is book 2 in the Splintered series. And honestly, I'm probably leaning towards that one, but it's in my office right now, so this was closer. Phase. Read a book that was released in 2016 or 2017. For this, I'm going to go with Everland by Wendy Spinell. This also kind of fits with the Yearathon, which is a retelling. It's a Peter Pan retelling, I believe. So I don't know much about this. It was in Game Informer, and my friend pointed it out asking if I've heard of it, and I hadn't. So I picked it up at the bookstore and bought it, and it sounded interesting. So the only way to grow up is to survive. This kind of sounds like a thriller twist, which would be interesting. I said interesting like 4 times. My phase. Read a cry-worthy book. For this, I'm not sure if it's gonna fit, but I'm gonna go with Speak by Laurie Hulse Anderson. This book is about outcast, and so it's about a girl who's an outcast at school and how she feels when she gets to the lowest of low, and then she finally speaks the truth. This has been highly recommended. I keep seeing it and I keep wanting to pick it up and read it, but yeah, so we'll see. I don't know what this emoji is, but this one, read a book you've been anticipating. I'm going to go with The Magicians by Lev Grossman. I absolutely adore the TV show, so I've been wanting to pick up the book to see if I adore it just as much. Let's hope. The next one is The Clock. Read a book in less than 24 hours. I may do this with something else that I have in the list. Like, I can probably combine a couple of these, but for this I'm going to go with Where the Sidewalk Ends by Shel Silverstein. I've already read this book, but I really enjoy the series, and it's a very well loved book, as you can tell. I've lost the cover for it. I've had this since '99, so that's what I'm going to read for that. This one is The Eyeballs. Read a book you've been seeing everywhere, and for this I'm going to go with A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. This is book 1 in the trilogy? Question mark? I think it's a trilogy. And I've been looking for this, honestly, for months now. Like, I've been trying to get this forever, and I keep going to Books A Million, which is the closest bookstore to me. It's like 10 minutes away, and I love Books A Million. I go there all the time. It's a problem, actually, but they never had it. They've never had the book there, so I always pick up something else. So finally I bought it on Amazon. Like, I could have went to Barnes & Noble, but Barnes & Noble's like 30 minutes away, and it's like, if you have traffic, it's even longer, so I never want to go that far. But I finally ordered it on Amazon. I'm super excited because I've been dying to read this book. It sounds intriguing. Everybody who reads it absolutely loves it, and I want to jump on this V.E. Schwab bandwagon because I haven't read anything by her. So it is about damn time. And the last book on the list is The Dancers. But this is a buddy read book, and I'm going to be buddy reading Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. I absolutely adore this book. I read this book last year. This will be a reread for me. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. It was phenomenal, and I am reading it with 2 people who haven't read it on Instagram. First is going to be Taylor from bookish.taylor, that's her name on Instagram, and I believe also Twitter. And then Laura from Lore Reads, and that is her name on Instagram and Twitter as well. So they both, I sent a picture of this to Taylor and said, hey, does any of this look good? And she was saying that she was really wanting to read The Night Circus. So I said, yes, awesome, love that book. Probably gonna be the first one I read, because if I hit a slump, this one is going to be the one that I need to read as quickly as possible. So those are the 18 books that I am going to try to read, or at least read as many as possible in the month of February. If I don't read them, then that's okay, because this month I'm doing decently for January, but I haven't hit 18, and I've been reading a lot. So that's more than 3 books a week, honestly, so I don't think it's going to happen. But as long as I read 4, I'll be fine. I picked a book for each category, and if I can read at least, or as many as possible, then I will be a happy camper, and we'll go from there. But if you're participating, please follow me here, or follow me on Twitter or Instagram, which I'll link all that information down below. Follow Lore Reads and bookish.taylor on Twitter and Instagram as well, and see what they're reading for the bookathon, for the readathon. And if you're participating, what are you planning on doing for the 4 categories? Are you doing all 18 like me, or as many as possible, or did you pick 4 categories that you're just going to stick to and that's it? And if you are, that's fine. Like, honestly, read 1 book, you succeed, because you read a book. That's still 12 books a year that you wouldn't have read otherwise. So, like it if you like it, subscribe if you want to, and this is the Dragon Queen, signing off.